And what was your name to begin with?
I'm Tom Haley.
Tom Haley. Okay.
I'm with the Sierra Club.
Oh, great. Are you like with the local branch too, or?
Yeah, the local Nipissing group.
You know, I need to get involved with that because I get your newsletters and it sounds like you guys have a really fun time, and I love going on hiking adventures. I think it'd be fun for me to join up sometime when you're.
The Sierra Club is organized on 3 levels. There's a national level in San Francisco,
Okay.
a state level, which is in Lansing,
Okay.
and our local level, which is in Flint, and we meet at Mott Community College every second Wednesday, except for the month of July when we have a picnic, and December when we have a Christmas party.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it'd be a fun organization to belong to. But anyway, what do you want to show me here?
Okay, this is a tour of windmills in the Thumb that we took probably about 2 months ago.
And this is the kind of stuff you guys usually do, huh?
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff we do.
I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Well, we're actually down here. We got a little. That's Bob Durno from the water crisis. He was site manager, has now since left. No, actually, this picture is from Washington D.C. That's Lori Tata, and we went to a climate march in the winter of D.C.
So you are activists too, aren't you?
Yeah. Now here's some pictures. Here, I gotta go backwards. This is 19. Actually, this is a picture of the woman here is Dana Nessel. She won the. She's our new Attorney General, and she was marching in the Labor Day parade in Detroit, and that would be 18. Now this is 17. We were down marching, and we picked up Debbie Stabenow, who was just standing on the street corner.
You just picked her up and brought her along with you.
And we got a picture. And 16, this is the first time we did it. This is just Denny Crispo and I. We didn't pick up anyone there, but you got to get lucky.
Yeah, you got to get some practice.
then this is the group of people that actually went are on the last one in 18. Now this is example of our Christmas party right here. That's taking that Christmas party.
So you go on outings in the winter too, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I keep reading about them in my little magazine I get, but
And now let's go to the next set of photographs.
What's with all these little dogs?
Oh, this is Linda Berker's dog. And that's my dog, Daisy.
Oh, so sometimes you guys take your dogs on your walks?
Yeah, there are dog walks and non-dog walks. Depends on, say if you have Formar, there's no dogs.
Yeah, right, because that's a conservatory.
Okay. And here's a picture of me at a meeting with philanthropy. They were talking about philanthropy in the Flint water crisis. And I always sit up front.
Yeah.
The reason I sit up front is there are 3 things. A person can tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Or they can lie to you.
Yeah.
But there's a third thing you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Are they delusional?
Yeah.
So, and I sit up front because I want to be able to kind of figure out those 3 things.
Yeah.
Because if they're delusional, to them it's the truth.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to this next thing. This is the thing we're most proud of, at least I am. This is when the state chapter gave Dr. Mona the Bunyan Bryant Award. Now,
which one is she? Is she right here?
Right here, in the white coat. That's Dr. Mona with Dr. Wendy Lawton, who was on the committee that hired Dr. Mona when she got her job at Hurley.
Wow.
And
and what exactly did she get the award for?
Bunyan Bryant was the original formulator of environmental justice, and he taught in the School of Natural Resources at the University of Michigan. And actually, Dr. Mona got her bachelor's degree from the University of Michigan in natural resources with a strong emphasis on science. And that Bunyan Bryant was her mentor in Ann Arbor. So she was very pleased to get that award. And here's some of the people we took pictures with. And this right here is I was showing Dr. Mona what I know about Rachel Carson. Rachel Carson was attacked when she wrote Silent Spring in 1962.
Yeah, I bet
and
she
they
was.
tried to destroy her reputation.
Yep, I bet they did.
And they also tried to destroy Dr. Mona's reputation, if you know that well.
Okay.
I don't have the books here because my books are autographed, but Dr. Mona has a book, What the Eyes Cannot See, and Anna Clark wrote a book, The Poisoning of Flint. And there's going to be a third book coming out from an author from Kettering who wrote a book on some of the sociological aspects of political sociological aspects of the water crisis. Now, if we go over here, this is the hearing, and you'll recognize Jim Ananick. There were two Democrats. This is the state of Michigan.
And this is all about the water crisis
This
here.
is all
Okay.
about the water crisis here. And here is Dr. Mona testifying, and here is Dr. Mona listening to the testimony.
That says a lot right there, doesn't it?
And she said to me when I showed her these pictures, I don't have a poker face.
Apparently, yeah.
And there's and here is Leanne Walters. Leanne Walters is the person that I would use the thing drew blood.
Yeah.
After she contacts first Miguel de la Torre and from the EPA, and he comes out, he's doing some teaching at Bay City and comes back and tests her water, and he gets Leanne in touch with Mark Edwards from Virginia Tech. So you have both Miguel de la Torre and Mark Edwards testing the water, and of course it's high in lead levels.
Yeah. You
But
can see
keep in mind, as far as I am concerned, there's only one whistleblower in the water crisis, and that is Miguel de la Torre. He kind of went against his company, the EPA.
Yeah.
Now, there's some...
And that's funny, went against the EPA.
Yeah,
now, that is our organization, isn't it?
That is our organization. Now, this is what you have to understand. People in the EPA and all your state environmental organizations and the American Water Works Association. The big person in this is the American Water Works Association. All these people know there's lead in the water. The
Right.
only people that don't know there's lead in the water are the people drinking it.
Yes.
So-
And you just can't believe that they would give a whole city untested water. You just have to. It's hard for anybody to phantom
Well-
that your public government, is going to do that to you.
Let me tell you about the water crisis. The idea that was a failure of government came from Rick Snyder.
Oh yeah, he's the one that architected.
Actually, it was a failure of no government. When you had the emergency managers here.
Yes. Well, he was the one that was picking the emergency managers.
Yeah, that's right.
And-
But they were not elected by.
No,
Because
right.
usually for government, it's
Yep.
we the people, right? Actually, the emergency manager.
Yep.
Emergency managers was Rick Snyder.
Yep.
And
And I noticed that they would do their most outrageous things the day before they were to leave, and a new one would replace them with the same attitude, but without any responsibility for the person who had come just before them. It's sort of like what the president's doing with his cabinet of temporaries.
You mentioned the president. I think the water crisis helped elect Donald Trump, because everyone says we don't trust government. Government doesn't work. And we're going to get someone who isn't a part of government.
Yeah.
Rick Snyder wasn't a part of government. He had no idea.
Yeah, right. He was Trump light.
He was. That's true. And of course, Trump has just made America into a reality TV show.
He sure has. He's
So-
delusional.
But-
Talking about delusional.
And,
But anyway.
that's our little tour.
Yeah,
There's 3 people who got hurt the worst in the water crisis. Mayor Dane Walling, who told me it was lies knotted together.
Yeah.
The people at the Michigan DEQ knew what Rick Snyder wanted. Rick Snyder wanted the emergency manager laws to work because he was going to use that as a vector to higher office.
Right. Yeah.
And so we have the water crisis. Now, I want to only end with this book. It's a book by Elizabeth Anderson in Ann Arbor. She's in the Department of Philosophy and Women's Studies. And the name of her book is, you read it.
Private government.
What's the subtitle?
How employers rule our lives and why we don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the government that runs your life. It's your boss who runs your life.
Yeah, corporations.
And-
They're
and-
cold-blooded
and-
and profit
and-
machines.
And of course, Rick Snyder came from the corporate world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so does Trump.
Yeah.
Come to the corporate
yep,
world.
Yep.
The question
They're
I
pirates.
The question I'll have, and only maybe in the trials it'll show, was there a whistleblower at the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, but would not say anything because we don't treat whistleblowers
Right,
in this country until
right.
we change the workplace.
Yep.
These crises will happen over and over again.
Okay. Yep. I think you're absolutely right.
People to realize, in the water crisis, every one of us, Dr. Mona, Rich Beard, Rick Snyder, we all have a slice of the water crisis. None of us have the loaf.
Yeah.
You would have to talk to everybody who's been involved with the water crisis to get an understanding of it. As I like to say, if Shakespeare were alive, he'd write a play about the water crisis. But don't think you understand the water crisis. I learn something new every day in my little slice of the water crisis. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are you familiar with the young kids that have made the videos about that their message to the older generation, my generation, about how we were the ones that really messed the world up?
Yeah.
You've seen
I
those?
haven't seen that.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Did you want to be on the video too?
He is the gentleman that coordinated the filming for them.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Great environmentalist.
And what did you say he's going to be there?
When?
Yeah. Is it
May? I think it's May. May 15th at 6 p.m.
Okay. Okay. Good. I'll put these little images with the talk I had with Tom. What is the name of your organization again? You're a dance troupe, or is that what it is?
The Azteca ceremonial dance group that comes from long time ago organizations of peace and dignity journeys from '94, and prior to that we were based in Mexico City. We are a group that has been working reestablishing the values of our ancestors.
Yes.
And then the Earth Day celebration is being really enlighten us to be part of this great movement about the Earth as our ancestors did before. They create symbols that we call the Earth Mother, that is called Tonantzin Tlali in our language, that means our precious mother. Tonantzin Tlali is the term of that our ancestors used it for referring to Mother Earth.
And this is primarily Aztec. You said Aztec tradition.
Aztec tradition or Nahuatl tradition, Mexica tradition. Now it's called Mexica tradition, where our ancestors create this concept of the universal citizen. That means Mexica means the universal citizen.
So then are these dances and these things the things that you practice? They're still alive in Mexico. I mean, you still
They are
see.
still part of everyday life in Mexico and in everyday life in a common people who care about the earth.
Of the earth, yeah,
Who
the
cares about
communities,
the earth.
the
Yes.
villages, the people that love it. Okay, that's good, and still respect for it. Okay, is there anything else you wanted to say? Like, do you have a website or anything like that? So I can give you a little caption if you want.
We have a group that is here based in Flint that is called the Calpulli Flint, Calpulli Tekpal. Tekpal is the name of Flint. In
Okay.
our language is what it means, Flint. Tekpal,
Okay.
the light.
Okay.
And it is a group that works here and with all groups of indigenous traditions
Okay.
around the state and around the country and around the world too.
Wow. Okay. Do you have like a little card or something? Maybe I could zoom in on, and then that would give me people information.
No, not right now.
Nothing like
we
that.
didn't.
Okay.
We wasn't prepared for that, but we will
Okay.
be.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
My name is Jenny Munch, and I have a book in the other. Did you want anything else to say on this one before I
We
go?
are just participating here. Aaron, Vidal, Monte, and I that is around here, and myself, Alberto.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
Doves.
Yeah.
And doves are very close relatives to pigeons.
Yeah, which a rock dove is
That is really no. Where does this owl live?
He lives with us at Wildlife Recovery Association in a big outdoor cage, and he lives with his friend Sparkle.
Okay.
This one's a male, and Sparkle is a female, so they share a cage.
So, is it a Michigan owl though?
It is.
It
yeah.
is. Okay,
They can
cool.
be found in many places in Michigan, but they need old hollow trees to hide in and have their nest in. They need lots of insects and clean water and a forest to hide in.
So, are they endangered or anything at this point?
They're not endangered. They're in lots of different parts of Michigan, but they hide so well that they're hard to find. You can hear them at night.
Hi.
So if you hear a little sound like in the springtime,
That's what that noise is. I've
that's-
heard that
Yep,
noise.
that's a beautiful musical trill that they make.
Do
And
they ever live in urban areas, or is it mainly
They
just?
can. They can live in an urban area, and especially if there are hollow trees and clean areas where they have lots of insects. Can you get up
Okay.
there? Yeah, go.
And is that an adult or is this a baby one? He looks so
This
small.
is an adult. This is full
That's
grown.
an adult?
Yeah, and it's a male. His name is Little Red, but we had to change it to Big Little Red because he's full grown and he's tough.
Is that the color that the babies and the females are too, or is it different?
Actually, they can come in a lot of different colors, and he's called a red phase, which is kind of a rusty red, but they can be a gray phase, and they can be tan or brown or kind of a light, almost whitish color, a dark charcoal color, so they can come in a lot of different colors. The babies, they start out as a little white, fluffy baby when they're tiny, and then they do a feather molt, and then they're a gray color when they're young.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off unless you got something else you want to say about it. Anything else?
That's good.
Okay, cool.
That's perfect.
And this is a wood dove, huh? Is this one native to Michigan too? Oh, it's not. Oh, where does this bird live?
That's why we can let the kids pet it,
Yeah.
because it's not predatory and it's not a native bird. It was hatched in captivity and has spent its whole life in captivity. They originally came from Central Asia, over north of India.
Oh, really? So is it really kind of an invasive species then, or is it? Or it's not? You said it's not in Michigan.
Right.
Right. Okay. Okay.
He is probably about
Okay. Cool. But you said it's like a vegetarian. It doesn't eat meat, or
Right, it eats seeds.
okay. Wow, that big old bird there eats just seeds, huh? Okay, that surprises me. Okay. Cool.
Also begin by acknowledging that we are all standing on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe people, the Three Fires people, that is the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi. We are guests here on this land over which they are caretakers. We want to honor the grandmother water walkers who are not here in body with us today, but that ceaselessly walk these great lakes, trying to raise the voice of the water so that we all might pay attention to the need to take care of this water and to love this water and to honor this water and give back to this water all that it gives to us. Water is life. O Mateo. We also would like to offer a song before we begin. The song that we're going to offer as a group is For Mother Earth, and we're singing in Nahuatl, which is one of the indigenous languages of Mexico, and the song says, Mother Earth, our honored Mother Earth, we give thanks to you, in summary. So we'll be offering that song. I'd like to also introduce the members of our group. This is our teacher, Alberto Ramirez. Another one of our dancers, Monte Martinez, and another one of the dancers, Vidal Perez, and my name is Erin Martinez. So I'd like to offer the song, and then we're going to go to the back and offer ceremonial dance. It's not a performance or a show, it's a prayer, and we offer it as a universal prayer for all. It doesn't matter what your beliefs are, your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual path. We welcome you to join us. There's no need to be afraid. You're not excluded. We're all one human family. We are all children of this Mama Tierra, this Mother Earth. And we want to invite you to join us to honor this sacred land and all of the gifts that this land gives us through our prayerful dance. You'll know the time, and don't be shy.
I'll just read a little bit here. I believe that too many of us are expecting a dystopian future, and that this false narrative has been so embedded in our culture that we're actually starting to cause it to happen. So in my book of short stories, and there's 5 of them in the book, and it's fiction, but it is of a future where we actually do those things to save the planet, and this is what it looks like, and I try to put my ideas culturally and technical, not as much technical as cultural, but weave them through the stories to show what life is like in this saved planet. I think that we need to get a very clear picture of what we want this new future to look like, the good future. Of course, nobody really wants the dystopian future that we keep hearing about. So I think we need to get a clear picture of it so that we can figure out what we need to do to get there. Now, I believe that we need to make better use of our wonderful World Wide Web. We need to use Wi-Fi, and we need to make it available to everyone. And also, I'd like to see a lot more public utility so that that can help us. We've got this technology that we're really not using. I mean, a lot of times online we're using it for buying stuff. That's great. But we also need to use it as public utilities. In the talk I wanted to make today, I wanted to zero in on public schools, because I think public education is critical. And there's 2 little areas that I put in my book, and in my book, these are some of the things that kind of help save the planet. The first thing, we need to add critical thinking to all grades of all school. Nowadays, we encounter marketing more than math or English. I mean, we need to have critical thinking side by side with those classes in K through 12. I'd like to see children to be able to look at a commercial and tell you what's being sold maybe at the beginning, but then by the time they're older, those things are still used, those are the same methods that are used by politicians. And so I think that that will help us to be able to think clearer. We need to learn how to identify all of our options so that we can make decisions rather than following the loudest voices. And if we can teach children to cut through the crap and see what's being presented to them, it will help them to make better decisions and be great voters when they get a little bit older. By the time they're out of high school, they'd be raring to go, right? But my idea was that even if, this is something we could start now, because even if it wasn't something that we were told you could teach this in school, if we had a database that maybe had different areas that, different methods that are being used, marketing methods, and then maybe class lesson plans our suggestions to go along with each topic, that maybe this kind of a Wikipedia dynamic database that everybody could contribute to could be something that we could use as a model for, homeschoolers could use it, public school teachers if they wanted to could, and then also just parents. You could look through there and it makes great dinner discussion. So then the other database, the other thing that was close to me is something I called citizen scientists. And I would like to see a hands-on environmental science in all grades. And I think that in the last few generations we've been raised with a disconnect that is not natural and real, of all that's natural and real. We live most of our lives indoor in sterile, climate-controlled conditions. And so I'd say at least 3 generations now we've been raised this way. Our parents have raised us this way, their parents, and probably our grandparents. And we're so disconnected from what's natural and real that we feel uncomfortable. Don't feel comfortable. Kids don't feel comfortable outside. I'd like to see hands-on environmental science classes where the teachers take them out and they can gather samples from the water, the soil, the whatever scientists think would be pertinent, and then that can be downloaded. That information can go into a public database, and from this public database, then people could create apps, and we could see problems like with pollution, help with climate control, help with pollution, climate control. Oh, and also we're going to start having a lot more problems with our weather in general, and this would help us spot those trends. But I think that this information, including the children in collecting this information, I think would be great because they need to be able to have hands-on and be able to help to save their planet. And I think that would be great for them. Right now, the planet cannot survive many more years of climate change deniers. And we've all got to get out of our comfort zones, make changes within ourselves and our society. We need to stop being the termite people who destroy and take our place as a planet's guardians who repair and protect it. And as far as I can tell, this current administration, the only thing that they've done is created a generation of activists. I'd like to keep that ball rolling. I want to give these young people every opportunity to contribute to the salvation of their planet. They can be the guardians. They can even, we all can be, even after we've pulled the planet back from the current disaster and averted the current crisis, we need to be the planet's caretakers. We need to start training our young people for this important job, and that's what my book is about. I try to weave those ideas and these ideas through it. And thank you.
They need heat from a light to help keep them warm. Whoa! This is supposed to have emission science.
Just trying to take a picture of all this. I don't know what's in here though. Do we see a small stuff?
Did it escape?
Yeah, what used to be in there is.
This one is called mud puddle. It completely aquatic salamander.
Oh, that'll help lift you up. Well, and then you'll have to come look at the mud puddle.
I was just taking some pictures for a video.
Oh, and they're digging around finding just the little worms.
They're more like tasty.
And she wound up having,
But they're just
34 babies. Yeah. Although they can have one night.
They're the only ones in the Michigan.
So all 3 species of eastern garters, or of garters rather, will live there.
That's what.
And the water snakes live there.
Okay.
And the northern brown, the red belly, and there's another type of water snake, but it's like
No.
Oh, just stop it.
the 6-line racer.
Oh, there she
The
is.
skink.
Yeah, there's a 5-line skink and 6-line racer.
Yeah, the 6-line race runner is only in Tuscola County?
Right, it's in Tuscola County.
Yeah, somebody released them there.
Yeah, there's a stretch of only like
Oh, you
a
got
quarter
one in your
mile where
hand
you
there.
can find them
Yeah,
on
it's
Millington
close.
Road.
They said.
Have you ever
There we go.
been over there?
No, I was thinking about it.
Checking
What kind
it
of
out.
snake is this again?
This is a black rat snake.
Okay, and those are not poisonous, I take it.
Nope.
They're getting kind of rare.
Is he smelling me? Is that what he said?
Just checking you out,
I
yeah.
think it was determined now that somebody introduced them from some other population.
Do you think that snake knows who you are?
Oh yeah, the snakes, whether or not knows who I am individually, the snakes are just, they are used to being handled by a lot of kids. So they're just very relaxed when it comes to being held.
But you think a snake recognizes people or it just doesn't care?
I bet they would recognize somebody they haven't or they've seen before. I don't know to the extent that they would.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how cuddly of a pet they become.
Oh, they're pretty. They're pretty.
I'm gonna do this over here on the table.
They're pretty cuddly. Oh,
These are
is it because they're trying to put themselves around your neck or anything or no?
They will curl around your neck because they like
Oh,
the
they will?
warmth in the back of your neck.
Okay.
They aren't trying to kill you. They can't eat you.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, so they'll. A lot of people think they'll bite or attack, and they don't want to bite or attack. The only time they will really bite is if they want to eat something.
Well, I've been told that anything with teeth will bite, so that snake could bite if it was.
It could bite if you sit there and poke it with it. If you sit there and poke it with your finger, it's gonna go after you.
Yeah, but it felt like you were going to try to kill it or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna try and protect itself.
Yeah.
But like most things, they're not looking to bite.
Yeah.
They're not. They would rather just be left alone.
Yeah.
Come out little bit. So about an inch and a half
What kind of
of
snake is
all
that
of
one there?
them was poking out of the eggs. And you know, your instinct is
No, right here, then her hand.
your hand.
Oh,
when I put my hand out,
that's
they all
the,
flipped over
that's
like
the
they were
hubby.
dead.
Oh my gosh.
They just sit in
Did something happen
synchronicity.
to you?
And it was
That's
hilarious.
That's how they are.
I didn't realize they do that when they were doing it. And then instead of flipping over, they slowly sunk back into the egg. And the egg kind of closed up. That was so many years ago. I don't even think cell phones were a thing yet. You know, yeah, like the camcorder.
That's really
Yeah, I had to work one of those around for a while.
Yeah.
They can get so bad though where they can't eat, but that's really mild.
There it is. I'm getting ready to start one. So,
He's a great teacher. He's my teacher.
you're just saying that because I haven't, the semester's not over yet.
That too. No, he's great. He's an awesome teacher. He was great before he was my teacher.
They have the hardest time getting the shit. Yes.
I lead kayak trips down the Flint River, so this
That's perfect.
Yeah, you can get water.
So we're just going to smooth it out.
Probably what happened to mine. I didn't smooth it.
And then up to the end.
Okay, it's fine. It's worth
I
$5.
clean this for you so you don't get as sticky as I am. Alright.
Okay, so what am I doing?
So I want you to grab on either side of my hand. And what we're going to do is, do you feel how we have to press down there? I'm going to slide it forward just a little bit. There's the table right there. Feel that?
Yeah.
So we want to keep that pressure on the tabletop. And then we're going to slowly pull this towards us. So we're going to be transferring the ink from the top down through the stencil that's the screen onto your shirt. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to slide. Excellent, that's perfect. So here, I'm going to lift this up for a second. Let's take a peek. So we might have to do a second run because sometimes the ink is a little faded there.
Yep, just a little bit right
So
there.
here, I'm just going to load a little more ink. We're flooding the screen is what we're doing here. And we're going to do it again. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let's take one more peek. Oh, it looks so good.
I should have. Yeah, you've seen me around.
So 5 to 10 minutes for it to kind of get dry to the touch. When you get home, though, what you want to do is iron it. Iron it with a hot iron with no steam. Put a piece of fabric over it and kind of get the moisture out of the water-based ink, or throw it in your dryer inside out. For like 30 minutes on high, and then you'll be good. You'll be good. So we just want to.
Yeah, but that looks cool. You're right. That does look cool.